गया भाई, आ गया भाई, आ गया। वर्ल्ड कप की टीम आ चुकी है। इंडिया के 15 खिलाड़ी का बोल चुके हैं कि हु इज गोना प्ले। रोहित शर्मा, शुभमन गिल, विराट कोहली, श्रेयस अय्यर, केएल राहुल। जो बंदे के पीछे पूरी इंक्लूडिंग माई सेल्फ हाथ धो के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज इनका अभी पता नहीं कि इनकी इंजरी की लेवल क्या है, अभी क्या इनका फिटनेस है, क्या ये अभी खेल पाएंगे कि नहीं खेल पाएंगे, पूरे 50 ओवर विकेट कीपिंग कर पाएंगे या नहीं कर पाएंगे। हम रुके हुए हैं हमारे बॉय के लिए जो वहाँ पे कैंडी में लाइव हैं। उनका वेट करते करते हम और बाकी की टीम को देखते हैं। हार्दिक पांड्या, ईशान किशन है। दैट्स अ गुड कॉल बिकॉज ईशान किशन मोस्ट कंसिस्टेंट रह चुके हैं। सूर्य कुमार यादव, रविंद्र जडेजा, शार्दुल ठाकुर, जसप्रीत बुमराह, कुलदीप यादव। फाइनली उनका भी नाम देख के अच्छा देखा। पास में उनके साथ काफी नाइंसाफी हो चुकी है बिकॉज उनको परफॉर्मेंस दे रहे थे लेकिन उनको ले नहीं रहे थे। अब सिराज शामी एक्सपेक्टेड बहुत फास्ट बॉलर, जसप्रीत बुमराह ऑल्सो देयर, एंड अक्षर पटेल एज एन एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन मोस्ट प्रॉबेबली। तो ये है 15 में। इतनी कुछ शॉकिंग की बात तो है नहीं। आई थिंक वी एक्सपेक्टेड दिस गोइंग इन के भाई संजू सैमसन, क्या बोलते हैं अपने संजू सैमसन, तिलक वर्मा और प्रसिद्ध कृष्णा एक्स्ट्रास के लिए गए थे टू फॉर द एशिया कप, नॉट दैट दे वर गोइंग टू गेट अ चांस इन द वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड। बट केएल राहुल के ऊपर अभी भी डाउट्स है, क्या केएल राहुल पहले खेलेंगे या ये ईशान किशन खेलेंगे, वो बात बाद में मालूम होगी। अभी हमारे जो कॉरेस्पॉन्डेंट है कहाँ है, हमारे पट्टे कहाँ है कैंडी में है। आई एम वेटिंग फॉर हिम राइट नाउ एंड ही इज मैसेजिंग मी सेइंग कि किधर है। तो आई एम इधर ओनली ब्रदर। आप आ जाइए एंड वी विल डेफिनेटली स्टार्ट द डिस्कशन बिकॉज ही जस्ट वेंट टू द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस एंड ही केम, उसको मालूम है फर्स्ट हैंड इन्फॉर्मेशन कि भाई रोहित शर्मा, अजीत अगरकर और ने क्या बताया, क्या उनकी लॉजिक थी। बट या अगेन जो 15 आपके सामने हैं, इट्स मोर और लेस व्हाट वी एक्सपेक्टेड इन इंडिया द वर्ल्ड कप के भाई। दे वर जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर केएल राहुल टू गेट फिट and yeah, I mean it's more or less what we expected. 4 fast bowlers, extra batsmen in Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel, Ravindra Jadeja also भी बैट कर सकते हैं। तो I mean it is a good 15. I would not say that it's not the best 15. I think यही बेस्ट 15 है अभी इंडिया के लिए। केएल राहुल की फिटनेस को लेकर थोड़ी बहुत सवाल ऑब्वियसली हैं एंड वी विल डेफिनेटली कम टू नो कि भाई ईशान किशन के साथ क्या ज्यादती होती है। आगे हैं भाई साहब सीधा कैंडी को क्रश करते हुए आ रहे हैं। आ जाइए आगे सर जी, क्या बात है। तो आई मीन नॉट दैट लॉट ऑफ शॉक्स ब्रो, इतनी ज्यादा शॉक्स नहीं है फ्रॉम व्हाट वाज अनाउंस्ड।
कल आप बोल दिए थे, कल आप जो बोले थे वही स्क्वाड है जो आप 3 काटे थे, वही 3 नाम कटे इफ आई एम नॉट मिस्टेकन।
Because we knew that, right? Like it was more expected that these guys were just taken as an additional thing rather than them going to be playing. So, but क्या बोले रोहित शर्मा? What was Rohit Sharma and Ajit Agarkar's comments going in?
अजीत अगरकर, एक फनी चीज देखी, when they asked about Rahul and Ishan Kishan, he paused for a bit and then he gave the answer. He said, of course, look, competition is good and everything, and we'll see on the day. And Rohit Sharma said the same thing. He said, like, making the 11, I can also play both of them. It depends on the conditions, depends on the situation. But like, I'll have to use the 15, and I'm happy with the squad and raring to go. एक वो भी बात हुई थी about बाहर का माहौल, प्रेशर, दिस एंड दैट। इज लाइक ये सवाल मेरे को वर्ल्ड कप में भी मत पूछो, हम नहीं देखते ये सब। सो वो बात उड़ा दिए थे, बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट ही वाज लुकिंग कॉन्फिडेंट एंड हैप्पी विद द टीम।
I mean, given the context of India cricket right now, I think यही टीम खेल सकते और कोई खेल ही नहीं पाएगा, right? Like I mean, proven बोल सकते to an extent भाई के there is no one else who I could see coming in. And yeah, KL Rahul, but they were just waiting for KL Rahul and his availability subject to fitness. अब जब the interesting thing over here is now Ishan Kishan's spot is only not in contention, but also I think Shreyas Iyengar's position is also now a bit of a.
हाँ जी, बोल दिया उन्होंने, राइट?
हाँ,
डिसाइड कि दोनों खेल सकते हैं, राहुल और ईशान दोनों खेल सकते हैं, तो बोल दिया। तो अभी तो उनका भी चांस फिर हो सकता है, फिर श्रेयस डजंट प्ले।
What else question were asked in the room, like apart from the team, was there anything regarding Asia Cup, Pakistan के बारे में कुछ बात हुई?
Not allowed to ask about the Asia Cup and stuff, मगर एक दो क्वेश्चन पूछे थे, but he did mention, they asked about Hardik Pandya, So he did mention like the game yesterday, the Pakistan game, that it was a very good innings for him to watch, and he's confident, like with Hardik with the bat and ball, like, and he needs him in form. Both crucial player है उनके लिए, and he was happy the way Ishan and Hardik both played, and that is going to give him a lot of confidence. They were asked about the bowlers also because off spinner नहीं है हमारे पास, right?
Right.
Ajit Agarkar gave the answer ki, yeah, of course, we debated, we looked at the options, but with Aksadar, Kuldeep, and Jadeja, we're happy with that. And I think batting depth also. Um, Rohit did mention about the batting depth. Shardul Thakur was asked about that, and उसमें उनका जवाब ये था कि भाई देखो, last game में भी 15-20 रन अगर शार्दुल or any of the bowlers hit, it would have given us a much better score. So it is very important for our bowlers to contribute, but at the same time, their the role in the team is to be a bowler. Which I was happy with that answer, but he was वही बोल रहा था कि like someone like a Shardul, indirectly he was saying that he also needs to score runs for us and contribute, because that could be a difference in a competitive and a match winning score.
Yeah, Chirag Bhai has joined. Is saying who is that number 5 and how come he always gets to enter the squad after. देखो, I told this yesterday, Chirag Bhai. देखो, Samsung Ishan Kishan subject to wicket keeping is what they're selected to. Now Ishan Kishan is considered as a batsman a little bit, not to the extent of Rahul. What KL Rahul will bring you is an opener, a middle order batsman, a lower order batsman, and a wicket keeper. This is why KL
Hmm.
Rahul gets no questions asked. He and after injury also he is there happily. And now देखो like मुस्तफा अभी हमें बोले कि भाई during the press conference Rohit Sharma already mentioned कर चुके भाई that Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul can go ahead and play together. So what does that mean? That even Shreyas Iyer, Surya Kumar have to fight for this. Surya तो already is fighting, but even
Hmm.
for that matter you could see I don't even know. Maybe like how if they become much more Kirak and Shardul or Aksar दोनों को नहीं खिला के extra batsman के पीछे भागे वो भी कर सकते हैं भाई. They can do anything they want.
Yeah, लेकिन वही है कि अब KL Rahul also, there will be pressure on him to make a spot, and even if he gets opportunity, it's about maintaining that opportunity as well, right? There will be pressure on him. उसको पता है कि भाई इतना बैंक करे उसकी इंजरी पे, and कुछ भी गलत हुआ तो बिल उस पे ही फटने वाला है. It's no doubt about that. Like if anything happens, anything goes south, आप उन्हें गेम हरा दिया तो उस पे बिल फटने वाला है. So there's going to be a lot of pressure on this guy, and that is why I was thinking कि भाई इतना क्यों कर रहे हैं. Like it's okay if he's not fit, but there will be a lot of pressure on him going into this World Cup 100%. There were
Yeah, but
questions asked about KL Rahul, but उन लोग बोले भाई fully fit है उन्हें. We need him. He can also keep for us, and खुला बोल दिया, दोनों ही बोले कि he's a
बट
very
अगर आप
important player.
फ्लिप साइड करो इंडिया की जो क्राउड है अपनी मुस्तफा अगर आप फ्लिप साइड भी करो उसको कि भाई चलो केएल राहुल को बिठा दिया और आप संजू या के फिर वही हो जाएगी बात कि भाई आप अनप्रिपेयर्ड प्लेयर को लेके आ गए so you're never going to be able to satisfy the 15 I think
Yeah, you
and
cannot.
you will always have that अरे यार संजू को ला दिया अरे इससे कंसिस्टेंटली नहीं खेला अरे यार उसको ला दिया इससे कंसिस्टेंट अभी राहुल को ला लेना था अब राहुल आ गया तो अब it is always going to be that problem in the thing but yeah सूर्या कुमार के लिए थोड़ा बुरा लग रहा है because he's been with the team for a lot of time now he had to fight with Shreyas Iyer has to fight with KL Rahul is in majority of the things even if Shubman Gill fails you can see KL Rahul open.
If Shubman Gill fails, you can see KL Rahul open. I mean, he can because he's open in T20s, but I don't think they will go that far. Ishan Kishan has a better chance of opening than KL Rahul, in my opinion, especially in 50 overs. I don't see that happening. Lekin, yeah, because he's that type of player, he'll bat anywhere, he'll keep anywhere, he can think. And same thing with Ishan Kishan, he has that flexibility also because he can bat top of the order, he can keep and he can bat in the middle order. Uska bhi jagah ab pakka hi hone wala hai.
Yeah 100% I mean देखो
Tilak
after
Verma को तो like नहीं लिया Samson and Prasidh Krishna miss out, but that was more expected.
more expected
These
yeah.
guys, the only question was KL Rahul. Now the question will come about, is he going to play in the 11? That is the next question arise. I'm not even sure if he's arrived yet over here. He's supposed to come after the Nepal game. I'm not sure what the scene is.
या वही अब कल तो सिमुलेशन खेला अब कब फ्लाइट लिया कब लेके आएंगे कब क्या होगा एंड देन अगेन देखो अभी तो हम्बन टूटा और कोलंबो का कोई अगर अपडेट है तो आप हमें बता सकते हैं कि भाई व्हाट्स द
Most
सीन
likely
ऑन दैट
happen Totai में होने वाला है. So we're all going to Colombo now. The team bus just left. They have gone to Colombo. I'm also packing. Everybody is going to Colombo, and then in 2-3 days, I think most likely happen Totai जाएंगे. वहाँ पे मसला ये है कि connectivity का problem है. All the hotels are very far from the stadium. It's going to be difficult for everyone, even
आउटस्कर्ट्स
the
या
organizers. Yeah, वो जंगल में है, but if the rain persists like this, probably by tonight we'll get a confirmation. Tonight or tomorrow we'll get a confirmation. But now it's looking likely. Even I spoke to someone who's working in the broadcast. They're going and setting up there too. So It looks like वहाँ पे हैम्बन टोटा में ही शिफ्ट होने वाला है.
अच्छा, तो या मैन देन दैट्स अभी वो भी नहीं मालूम कि हमन टूटा प्रिपेयर्ड है या नहीं प्रिपेयर्ड है टू होस्ट अ टूर्नामेंट काइंड ऑफ लाइक एशिया कप का बाकी
No,
सारे.
the main problem there is ground ठीक है बारिश नहीं है main problem connectivity है सबके लिए like that is the go to because जंगल में है वो and apparently वहाँ पे hotels में भी elephants ये वो फिरते रहते हैं and stuff so it's like a
रिस्की तो
proper wildlife experience. So yeah मेरे को भी नहीं मालूम क्या होने वाला है but we have to go wherever the tournament is अब क्या we can't do anything and neither can the players because if it continues to rain then broadcaster money and all that everyone's paid for that India Pakistan game. So if you can't broadcast that live, then it's going to be a huge, huge loss, and money is the big thing, bro, in this situation. भाई
नहीं
Faiz,
बिल्कुल.
मैं आपको बोलना भूल गया. So after the press conference, Rohit Sharma was chilling over here for like 5 minutes over there on the side. So I told him I really enjoyed your shots yesterday. He's like, हाँ भाई कल तो सही लग रहे थे सही मिडल हो रहे थे. So he's a very chilled guy. He's a very chilled guy. My first interaction with him, I didn't want to disturb him with anything, photo or anything, but because people were talking to him, मैं भी घुस गया अंदर and I said I really enjoyed your shots yesterday. You're very nice.
तो ये बोला
So
था कि भाई
he said,
बस बोला था
हाँ
भाई जरा जरा केल को देख के बोल के जरा केल को देख के बोल के.
मैं वो अभी लेवल नहीं है but like yeah like he was happy with that. He was saying कि चल अच्छे लग रहे थे but अब आगे जाके देखेंगे. He's feeling good about it and um, he was telling the other journalists as well that he's excited for this Asia Cup World Cup like support करते रहो and he thanked us also for going so it was a good interaction. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they want to get back to Colombo. अब वही है ना भाई traveling to back रहेगी इंडिया टीम के लिए भमन टूटा जैसा आप बोल रहे कि that's going to be the next destination. मुस्तफा भाई जिंदाबाद कहते स्पोर्टिंग
अरे
इंडिया को.
थैंक यू. मैं स्पोर्टी भाई को दिखाता हूँ. यही है यहाँ पे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ था उधर रोहित शर्मा और अजित अग्रकर बैठे थे और यहाँ पे उसके बाद थोड़ा चिल करे. यहाँ पे देखो कॉफी टी था अब चले गया सब. बट दिस इज वेयर द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस टुक प्लेस टुडे फॉर द वर्ल्ड कप.
Always going to have snacks with Rohit Sharma is there. वहीं का वहीं
You're
पे
always gonna have
always have
yeah
snacks
but
with Rohit Sharma.
yeah look overall I would say मेरे हिसाब से कि भाई एक्सपेक्टेड था ये तीन कटने वाले थे. ये एक्सपेक्टेड था केएल राहुल आने वाला था. कोई सवाल उठाए थे केएल राहुल के फिटनेस पे वो बोलें कि फुली फिट है. अब एक्स्ट्रा सवाल ने पूछे वही है कि उन्होंने एक ही बात पे चिढ़े कप्तान साहब बिकॉज एक सवाल आया था कि पाकिस्तान के अगेंस्ट जब भी मैच होता बाहर से दबाव आता ये आता और मगर हम लोग जीते वर्ल्ड कप में. दैट जर्नलिस्ट ट्राइंग टू आल्सो ट्विस्ट द क्वेश्चन सेइंग दैट वी एक्चुअली बीट देम सो व्हाई इज देयर लाइक लिसन आई डोंट केयर अबाउट व्हाट्स हैपनिंग आउटसाइड. मेरे को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. उसमें मैं थोड़ा हंसा था लाइक 2-3 पीपल वर लाफिंग एंड देन ही सेड ये सवाल मेरे को वर्ल्ड कप में भी नहीं पूछना मेरे को नहीं मैं जवाब दूंगा ही नहीं बोल के बोलती है कप्तान साहब.
रोहित भाई को पता था
तो वैसा
मिडिल फिंगर के बारे में क्या ख्याल है आपका?
या बट नहीं क्या है द मीडिया मैनेजर इज राइट नेक्स्ट टू हिम तो लाइक आप अगर कोई भी अनफिल्टर्ड सवाल पूछे तो नहीं लेते हैं उन लोग तो लाइक सो
At the end of the day, अब देखो yeah, they have to be careful with what they say because it gets screenshotted immediately, right? तो वो भी
yeah you saw I sent you the announcement straight away. You put it. Look, that's how quick the world works, right? Like now everybody can see. तो चिराग भाई स्पोर्टी भाई जो भी आपकी पूरी खानदान है आप उन लोग को बोलो चेसिंग द टारगेट फॉलो करो. जो भी आपके दोस्त हैं क्रिकेट जो पसंद
संजू
करते
को
हैं प्लीज.
संजू को जॉब छोड़ देनी चाहिए. नहीं यार संजू का प्रॉब्लम देखो भाई मैं जितना भी अब समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि इंडिया के दायरे से अगर आप सोचे यस एज अ इंडिविजुअल आपको बुरा लगेगा बट संजू हैज नॉट मेड मोस्ट ऑफ हिज चांसेस कमिंग इनटू द इंडियन टीम. इंजरी हो गए उसको एंड देन अगेन यहाँ पे वेस्ट इंडीज में 3 मैचेस मिले आपको. आप अपने अपने अंदाज में खेले. आई लाइक इट. आप एक 50 मारे. आई लाइक इट बट ईशान किशन डिजर्व्ड इट ओवर हिम 100% राइट नाउ. केएल राहुल doesn't it, but again केएल राहुल का मैं आपको कल रात में ही बोला कि भाई his selection are not subject to wicket keeping, it's subject to the batting depth that he provides, and throughout the 11 he can bat in 3-4 spots, whereas Sanju Samson can only bat probably one down and fifth. But again his batting, if you put it on a term, if you are क्या बोलते हैं अगर आप हिसाब बैटिंग पे लगाओ तो केएल राहुल आगे जा रहे हैं. अगर आप हिसाब विकेट कीपिंग पे लगाओ तो अभी एट दिस पॉइंट ईशान किशन उनसे आगे. दैट इज द
अब
रीजन
देखो
कि
और
अभी सिलेक्शन नहीं हुई है.
और क्लियर है हम लोग कितना भी सवाल पूछो जितना भी आप क्रिटिसाइज करो इट्स वेरी क्लियर दैट द कैप्टन वांट्स हिम इन द टीम बाय हुक और बाय क्रोक. ही वांट्स हिम इन द टीम. ही सीज समथिंग इन हिम. So then at a certain time ऐसा बोलते हैं भाई अगर कैप्टन को चाहिए उसको जो प्लेयर चाहिए दे दो because वर्ल्ड कप है एंड ऑफ द डे पर आप उसको अकाउंटेबल होल्ड कर सकते हैं राइट and the selectors can hold him accountable and same thing with Kohli as well when he was captain. If you're giving the captain the players he wants and then he doesn't perform then you can hold him accountable then बाद में जाके उन्हें नहीं बोलना कि भाई मैं राहुल मांगा था तो मेरे को सैमसन दे दिए.
हाँ ये
End of the
बात.
day is the World Cup. It's the end of the day. It's the World Cup. If it, and clearly I can tell that this is Rohit Sharma's decision that KL Rahul is in the team. So if that's the case, go with it. And कोई भी है तो फिर हम सब सवाल तो वही उठेंगे उनको ही उठाएंगे right? And he will have to give an answer. So it's simple
और
as that. We can't. There's
और
no
मैं
point
ये
debating it because the captain wants it. Agar Faz, you want me in your team, and I'm not. For example, I'm not the greatest player, but you want me in the team. That's it. Like it doesn't matter. You're the captain. It's your decision.
देखिए, अब मैं एक और चीज उसमें ऐड करूंगा कि बॉस आप केमिस्ट्री के उससे दिमाग से भी देखिए कि केमिस्ट्री किधर बैठेगी. रोहित शर्मा, शुभमन गिल, विराट कोहली, अय्यर 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 केएल, दे प्लेड लास्ट ईयर के टी20 वर्ल्ड कप से लेके अभी तक, लेट्स से टिल मई और अप्रैल, दे प्लेड टुगेदर या दे बीन इन एंड अराउंड ईच अदर. संजू सैमसन केम इन श्रीलंका, डिडंट गेट camaraderie with the team, didn't get a lot of limelight. तो ये जितने भी
हाँ जी.
15 दिख रहे हैं आपको अपार्ट फ्रॉम जसप्रीत बुमराह का तो भाई इंजरी लॉन्ग टर्म थी, बट ही इज अ बॉलर दैट यू कैन नॉट रिप्लेस. All of these
Mm.
guys have played together. All of these guys have been playing consistent. So chemistry is what Rohit Sharma is dictating, I think, here, because he will understand what he has to say to who. वो गाली दे देते थोड़े लोग ले सकते थोड़े and Rohit Sharma wants people that know his temperament as well. अब क्या Sanju
Mm.
might not know him that well. So that is also one of the reason. ईशान तो इतना खेल चुका है उसके साथ, तो भाई कैसे, सूर्य कुमार also has played with him, भाई कैसे. तो आई थिंक वो भी एक एस्पेक्ट है जहाँ पे अपन ओवरलुक कर रहे हैं कि भाई मे बी लुकिंग एट द केमिस्ट्री ऑफ द टीम. He's looking at the balance of
Mm.
the squad, and again, KL Rahul, like I said, multi-utility in terms of batting only, not in terms of bowling or thing, but wicket
Yeah.
keeping भी आता है. So वो
Yeah, if
हिसाब
he's
से
taking such a if he's taking such a big gamble, then he's seeing something and because this is a huge risk because of fitness, nothing else. I'm not looking at the man's form. I'm not looking at his ability. I'm not saying he's scared in big games. वो सब निकालो. बस आप fitness देखो, it's a huge gamble in itself. It's not a gamble I would take, but if he's taking that gamble, bro, he knows something that I don't know, right? Like तो then at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, we can question him कि भाईजान ऐसा क्यों हुआ, ऐसा
और
ऐसा आपने क्या देखा था?
बात ये भी हुई थी कि जो एलोर में, जो बैंगलोर में कैंप था इनका, केएल राहुल की बैटिंग बहुत अच्छी हुई थी वो सिमुलेशन मैच में. ही एंड श्रेयस अय्यर बोथ बैटेड वेरी वेल. Wicket keeping is where
हाँ.
KL Rahul was not feeling the best, and that is the only problem because he had to bend his knees, and that was where his injury is in the quadricep. So quadricep को
Yeah.
inflammation हो रहा था जिसकी वजह से he was not able to stretch it out. अब देखते हैं
हाँ.
as the days go on, maybe like you said, Ishan Kishan and KL Rahul might play together and Shreyas Iyer might have to sit down. So
या
anything is
और
possible.
आपको आप यही सोचो उसको नहीं मालूम कि अगर नहीं परफॉर्म करा बात तो रोहित शर्मा ही पे आएंगे. ही नोज दैट ही कम्स इनटू द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस. ही नोज तो क्या सवाल पूछेंगे क्या नहीं पूछेंगे उसको मालूम है पूरा. ने फिर भी डिसीजन ले रहा तो देयर इज समथिंग इन इट दैट वी डोंट नो एंड if it works out okay, if it doesn't work out it's he's the one who's going to suffer more than anybody. So he's taking that thing, so you have to back him. He's the captain of the Indian team. You'll have to back his decision. And for me the most person I'm worried about is KL Rahul himself
Yeah,
because पूरा like उस पे is the way this is all set up was for him. They delayed the announcement. The announcement was probably 2 days ago. They delayed everything for him. His fitness for him. Everything has been banking on him. So he has the most pressure. Samson का बोल रहे थे first I met him in the lift. Very nice guy, bro. And I think at that time he already knew that he was not selected. But he just hi, hello, how are you? Good, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully the rain stops. बोल के we just had that like very small conversation, but very humble guy and everything. And he's a professional. I think, of course, he'll be upset. He didn't say anything to me or anybody like that, but he's a professional guy. And hopefully he'll get a chance in the future, 100%. And also with injuries, with what we're seeing in the Indian team, you never know. He might have to come in and play. We saw in 2019, Vijay Shankar went home. The other guy went home. You had Hardik Pandya, Rishabh Pant come into the team. He was flown in from India to England. So in a World Cup, especially when you have Asia Cup, World Cup, 250 over games, 250 over tournaments, you need players on standby, and they might play a role. Samson still might have a role. Prasidh Krishna still might have a role in this tournament.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, देखो, you can't lose hope as a professional cricketer. आपको कभी भी on call रहना ही पड़ता है भाई. With the amount of injuries that we've had last 2 years में, बुमराह चलेगा, किशन चलेगा, पंत चलेगा. So you never know. Sorry, किशन कहते, KL चलेगा and पंत चलेगा. तो anything is expected of anyone at any time. Uh, this is what Afghanistan का scene क्या है qualification. Afghanistan have to win by a margin, I think, because श्रीलंका का जो net run rate है बहुत ऊपर है. फिर बांग्लादेश का is
Oh,
in a positive. So they have to win by a very big margin and looks a little bit difficult, but never
वो
say never.
चेक करके डाल देंगे. I'll check a few websites cricket for you.
Negative
वो check करके डाल
1.7
देंगे.
हाँ negative 0.17 1.7 है अभी तो Afghanistan. So
Oh,
it's fast
Faz
fast.
Krippy's in the house. I'll just show Krippy. This is the press conference room, bro. This is where it all happened. Rohit Sharma was sitting there on the left, Ajit Agarkar on the right. And this is where the press conference happened just a few minutes ago. So thank you for joining, Mr. Kripan Sharma.
So
How will
sorry,
you Faz?
just a win will be enough for Sri Lanka obviously to go there, but Afghanistan their condition applies if they score 275 batting first, and they would need to win at least by 68 runs or chase down in 35 overs or less.
Hmm.
So by
35
68
overs
runs,
they have to chase. Any target they have to choose 35?
yeah, 35
But
or
I
less,
think that depending on
and
the runs on the board and stuff, it might fluctuate a bit.
it might, but again इधर तो लिखा हुआ है 35 overs and 68 runs के margin से जीतना है अगर they're batting first.
Hmm. Jay.
तो ये
Who
है
will
क्या
play on 10th?
Who will
Oh,
play on
sorry.
10th? Ishan will play, bro. KL might not come into the team because Ishan proved himself against Pakistan. Now, Shreyas Iyer, maybe if they want to take a punt on KL Rahul in place of Shreyas, that's what KL Rahul की वही है ना भाई हर जगह घुस सकता है. So that is the thing. I don't think they'll make any changes drastically. Uh, but it'll be a very big call if they make any kind of change on the 10th because they will not probably want to move a winning combination, and I think he's back to Jasprit Bumrah will be back as
Yeah.
well. So I don't think they'll be. And
Hmm.
again, हम्बन टूटा का क्या सिचुएशन है किसको भी नहीं मालूम. अभी तो देखना पड़ेगा उसको तो.
मैं खुद मेरे को नहीं मालूम क्या हो रहा हम्बन ठवटा में जी.
I think Kripans is saying I think KL will prove haters his haters wrong. Look at the ODI game he played against Australia earlier this year. He scored a crucial 50 to win the game. Not having the pressure to open will help KL. I mean, yes, again it is the condition. Again, he's very slow in that area as well. Like even the match he won against Sri Lanka, उन्हें बहुत slow कर देता है रुचीला बीच में. Again, if he doesn't have someone who's staying with him, then he potentially India बेगन में मिल जाने वाली है. But yeah, he
No,
that's the thing.
yeah. For me, if he's fit, I have no doubt. Like in the middle order, he has the ability to, score those 50s, 60s, and hundreds as well. Build partnerships. I have no doubt about that. And also, उन्हें जो डर के खेलता वो T20 में न्यू बॉल के साथ रहता वनडे में शायद वो नहीं दिखेगा मेरे हिसाब से because the ball will be older and he is somebody who can also clear the boundary with ease too. Timing is wonderful. The only problem I have is his fitness if he and rustiness, right? He hasn't played cricket for like a good while right now. So मेरा यही issue है कि like will he be able in a pressure game, suddenly come in and do that? They'll have to ease him in, but he doesn't have many opportunities. I think what they'll have to do is if they're really considering him, they might have to play him in one of the Super Four games, and then all the three Australia games you'll have to play him in the 11. And then that call you can only take is if Shreyas Iyer fails in the next 3-4 games, or if someone Ishan Kishan you can't really take him out right now because he's giving you keeping, and KL Rahul might be thinking himself that I probably want to play as a batter, man. I don't want to screw
Yeah,
something
yeah,
while keeping. Again,
100%.
I'm already like fragile right now. Why should I freaking keep and get? I mean, he'll do anything for the team, but you understand. I think he would probably be more comfortable playing as a batter.
Yeah, Kuldeep Bhai also making the World Cup squad 100%. It's
Yeah,
good to
buddy.
see.
Yeah. I met him before he left today, and I was very happy. And hopefully we'll see him in Colombo.
Yeah, hopefully we see him. And Chirag Wale, this will be his last World Cup. I feel he cannot counter attack like Kishan. Ishan, 82 of 81, actually kept India in the winning match. KL Rahul would have. Exactly, that's my point. And if Hardik Pandya then
Mm.
has to, be in an aggressive role, and he has to go hitting more, and then you need Surya Kumar Yadav to complement KL Rahul. That's the thing, man. KL Rahul, he slows things down. He takes his time, and both those matches, I think, if I'm not, at least Sri Lanka, I remember the target was not immense. It was a small target. Like we were chasing a very less target. I don't know. I remember the Australia target, but the Sri Lanka, for a matter of fact, we had a lot of deliveries left and a lot less runs than deliveries. So I think that also he took his sweet time. He आराम से single double. Bangladesh में भी fail करा है जब flat wickets से. So I don't know. I mean, he's been rusty. He's been iffy. That's the only reason people are calling out on him. What else? Nobody had actually a problem with his performance. It's been happening since England.
And it's simple, right? Like nobody's broken the down, the door down either. It's not Sanju Samson scoring 100 in every game. Like I mentioned, now Ishan Kishan is in scored 150 first. He scored 150 against Pakistan. After that, the narrative is changed. I know he scored 2-3 50s in a row, but the Pakistan one, which is the one which was counted, and then now everyone is saying he can't go. So if someone performed like that before, then this question wouldn't even have come. They wouldn't have even thought about this, right? So it's about other people also trying to come break down the door, grabbing the opportunity. That's also not happened. So that's why his name is being put in every conversation.
Yeah,
Why
so
not
180
play
runs
KL
start.
instead of Shardul and have Hardik bowl 10 overs? I think the problem with that, Kripanch, is key because your batters don't bowl from the top order, 4 5, nobody bowls. So that if one person gets hit, then you don't have an option. You have to force him and bowl the whole quota. I think with the sixth bowlers, they have that flexibility that if someone gets hit, they can um, go to the sixth bowler. Without if you're playing Hardik as the fifth, then you don't have anyone. Rohit Sharma and these guys don't bowl, even though they can, they don't bowl. So I think this is why they're not going to go with that extra batter. Yes, the tail can be exposed, but Rohit Sharma said today in the press conference, "Ki bhai, we're expecting our bowlers also, to take a responsibility." And I think he was hinting towards Shardul Thakur because the question was addressed about Thakur, "Ki bhai, मेरे को चाहिए थोड़े contributions lower order से."
चाहिए भाई, कल भी अगर या परसों भी अगर लोअर ऑर्डर के ऊपर ही आ गया था ऑलमोस्ट, लाइक आई थिंक अगर इन दैट लाइक अ फ्यू डेज अगो, बट लाइक इंडिया का टेल भी अगेन इतना काम का नहीं होगा यार, अगर यू हैव मार्क
मगर वो
गोल्डन ऑन।
ठीक है, आपको 2011 याद है, हरभजन, उमरान पटेल, जहीर खान और नेहरा, वो भी कुछ खास टेल था नहीं, तो इट्स ओके, लाइक
No, but my only
there'll
point
be
is
time.
you stress around the tail so much and you try to build your team around this tail, but the tail, see, at the end of it, it's not going to be effective like an Australian tail maybe. But again, इतना भी स्ट्रेस ना करो, जो चीज नहीं है वो नहीं है, आप 7 6 बैटर्स के साथ जाओ, कोई बात नहीं यार, उससे कुछ होगा नहीं, आप क्या कर सकते हो करो। डोंट फोकस इट, मेक अ
Yeah.
फोकस पॉइंट आउट ऑफ इट टू मेक अ टीम।
या अगर आपके छह टॉप छह कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं तो फिर आपको फिक्र ही नहीं करना पड़ेगा, एंड जडेजा इज बैटिंग एट 7, सो यू हैव बैटिंग टिल 7 at least. From there, if you get 100 and a couple of 50s, you're sorted. So it also gives that batsman the
Also,
freedom to
I
bat with
feel
the
kind of
response.
bowlers like who bowl 150 plus. Like Umran Malik, again, he's not the best, but we need people who can actually finish tails off. Siraj was bowling
Yeah.
148, but we need
मगर
consistency to get tail
I
in.
agree. Like I know where Kripanch is coming from, because then when you play the likes of England, Australia, right? They go with the mentality that we're gonna strike from ball one because they know at
Yeah.
number 9, Moin Ali will come and hit. They know, like Stoinis will hit or whatever. They bat very very deep, right? So when you have that mindset, it is a mindset kind of thing. India will be a bit more cautious in their approach. So maybe in the first 10 overs in the power play, their run rate will be high, 4 5, where England's run rate might be 7 8, because they know Ki Moin Ali will come at 9. Adar Rashid can also tonk it. Vokes can also hit. So it becomes a mind kind of game, and it changes the approach as well, how you're approaching the game.
Yeah, 100%. I think if it will, I mean, tail रही तो अच्छा है, नहीं रही तो भी don't make it again like a focal point. Mustafa bhai, Ishan Kishan grabbed the opportunity. Even Sanju did. What metric one needs to achieve so that we can say that the opportunity is grabbed? Sanju ka to I'm not very confident about him
Yeah, I don't
grabbing
think
out.
Sanju has grabbed it. Like, yes, he scored and stuff. He has a good average, like in last year, but a lot of the games were against Zimbabwe too. But I don't think he grabbed it like 100%.
Whenever he came in, he
Ishan
got
Kishan has
injured.
grabbed it. Ishan Kishan has grabbed it now. So then now bhai उन लोग खुला बोल रहे कि KL Rahul is not going to walk into the team right now, right? They have to make a decision now. It's going to be a headache. If they thought that KL Rahul pakka walk in करेगा 11 में, they wouldn't say कि it's a headache. It's a good headache to have and all that.
या आई गेस, आई मीन देखो भाई, अब तो केएल राहुल आ गया, अब वही है, अभी ईशान
आ गया
किशन
भाई,
के
कुछ भी
साथ।
नहीं कर सकते,
हाँ,
कप्तान का
और
कॉल है, बस
और
खत्म हो
और
गई
ईशान
बात.
किशन की, बस ईशान किशन के साथ ना ना इंसाफी ना हो, दैट्स द ओनली थिंग दैट आई वांट रियली, बिकॉज़ दिस गाइस कॉन्फिडेंस इज ग्रूमिंग राइट नाउ, इफ यू मेक हिम सिट राइट नाउ ही इज गोइंग टू बी डिप्रेस्ड एंड यू कांट अफोर्ड दैट, आई थिंक यू कांट अफोर्ड टू जस्ट सिट
एब्सोल्युटली
समवन
अग्री.
अप, या
एब्सोल्युटली
या
100%, 100% अग्री विद यू. मैं सहमत हूँ आपके साथ 100%, 100%.
बस मैं, मेरी जिंदगी सफल हो गई ये बात।
Yeah, yeah, no, that is facts, bro.
we all need all-rounders like Green and Mart. Yeah, भाई मुस्तफा तो ये चीज हमेशा कोट करते रहता है कि भाई we need all-rounders who can win, and that's where हार्दिक पांड्या का इतना मुस्तफा aggressive against हार्दिक पांड्या because he's not reached his potential. BCCI destroyed Umran Malik's talent. I don't think BCCI destroyed Umran Malik's talent. Again, Umran Malik has to bowl in better areas. He has to know how to bowl with variations. Yes, you have pace, but you need to also, just because you have a fast car doesn't mean you can drive fast always. You need to understand where the bumps
बिल्कुल.
are, where टर्निंग कहाँ है, ब्रेक कहाँ मारना है। तो मेरे हिसाब से इमरान मलिक का टाइम है भाई, अभी तो 23 का है, ही विल ग्रूम विद फास्ट bowling as he gets older. You also have a few other fast bowlers who hit 150 145, like युजवीर सिंह एक बंदा है जो एलएसजी में खेला था, लखनऊ के सुपर जायंट्स में खेला था, एंड he was also a good bowler to see. तो ऐसे बच्चों को लाके ग्रूम करना शुरू करना चाहिए, so that बुमराह, सिराज, शामी, they also can feel the heat. वरना क्या होता है, अगेन कंप्लेसेंसी होना आ जाता है, इट बिकम लाइक अ गवर्नमेंट जॉब कि हाँ भाई अपन तो कुछ भी करो, हम तो टीम में हैं, देन यू डोंट हैव एनी कंपटीशन, सो देन यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट एनीथिंग. बट वेयरएज फॉर
Yeah, and
शेर ही हैज
IPL
ऑलवेज
में
सेड
भी
दैट्स द
अगर आप
प्रॉब्लम.
आईपीएल में अगर आप देखें उमरान मलिक के बारे में, सॉरी स्पोर्टिंग इंडिया जो बोले थे, उमरान मलिक के बारे में आईपीएल में भी आप देखो ने ज्यादा वेवर्ड हो जा रहा था, इज ट्राइंग टू मच, ट्राइंग टू बी एक्स्ट्रा क्विक, वो यॉर्कर उतना कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं था कोई यॉर्कर में जैसा हम पहले देखे थे, ही वाज बोलिंग टू मच हार्ड ऑफ द लेंथ, थोड़ा वेरिएशंस भी कम थे, तो देयर सम थिंग्स दैट ही हैज टू वर्क ऑन द गेम, बट आई आल्सो नो वेयर ही इज कमिंग फ्रॉम कि उसको लाइक आप बहुत इतना जल्दी फास्ट ट्रैक कर दिया था, रिस्पांसिबिलिटी दे दिया, फिर you threw him in the thing, but this is part of cricket, it's going to happen.
I don't fully understand Shardul's role. I think they want him as someone to bowl off cutters and super. That's the Khalid
Yes,
Ikrap. Like that was the best thing
that's the
that
main goal,
Shardul.
sir.
Yeah, what he did, he bowled like middle of the wicket and he asked people to come out of the comfort zone and bat. So that's what Shardul Thakur does. It instigates the batter to come out of his comfort and come
Yeah,
and hit it. And that's where you get your
exactly.
edges, your top edges. And he went, the first ball, I think
mm,
Burdal faced, he went across the line to him and he got top edge,
mm.
but luckily he was safe. But that's what Shardul Thakur does. He entices कि भाई आके मार मेरे को, मैं slow डालूंगा तू आके देख ले मेरे को. So that's what, and
Basically
again with the
उन्हें
bat he can bat as well. So that's also one of the things that you want to
base Yeah, basically only wicket keeping, a wicket taking
take in.
option hai
Yeah,
because of his variations, and if the surface is too paced, if it's a bit slow, then his ball will grip also with the cutters and everything. More chances for him to get wickets, especially in the deep. Like Faz said, that the batsman will look to attack him, and he can get catches in the deep and everything. So that is the thing. पहला विकेट उन्हें कल उसका ही था, राइट, लाइक इट वाज शार्दुल ठाकुर हु टुक द विकेट, सो ही इज इन द टीम to bowl these cutters variations and pick up wickets for India. If he's expensive, I don't think they mind. They want him to take wickets. And the main thing is not the main thing, but one of the big reasons is that he can bat a bit as well.
yeah. Coming to just 1 minute, we just shift off from this topic to the Afghanistan because only I think 15 minute में शुरू रहेगा. Afghanistan और श्रीलंका का मैच. So Sri Lanka won the toss, they're deciding to bat first. Again, Afghanistan saw like not the best display that they've been able to give, particularly with the ball. They've been, you know, not that great. Sri Lanka on the other hand, yeah, like a squad missing Hasaranga, but they're still performing well. I think they're still doing decently well with whatever resources they have. How much do you think would Sri Lanka be? Obviously, being the home nation, you know that they'll have a little bit of edge, or they'll be a little. But again, Sri Lanka going into the Super Four again, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. Where do you see this? Like sort of their opportunity to win it all?
I think if they win this, it's going to be incredible achievement. For me, it's very difficult because 4-5 उनके बड़े प्लेयर नहीं खेल रहे, and एक दो नहीं खेले ठीक है यहाँ पे, मगर 4-5 उनके प्लेयर नहीं है, तो against India and Pakistan they could lag over that, but they're still a very confident team despite missing the players. I like the way they're handling themselves, especially in the last game against Bangladesh. I think Bangladesh were favorites in that match, but the way Sri Lanka played as a team, the way Shanaka as captain, I think he's a fabulous leader. You can see with whatever resources he has, he gets his tactics spot on. He knows who to utilize where. He's not too dependent on one player itself. भाई हसरंगा नहीं है, he's my main leg spinner, फिर भी मैं निकालूंगा, तीक्षणा को यूज करूंगा, इसको यूज करूंगा. So he's done a fabulous job. I think the batters also who are getting the chance, they're also taking the responsibility. Today the
Yeah.
game is in Lahore, but they in the Super Fours they will have home support, right? It will be in Sri Lanka, so they will have home support in the mostly in the Super Fours. So it's there, but I still feel the chances are slim as compared to Pakistan and India.
Yeah, that's what I was coming because they don't look like a complete squad. They had
Yeah,
also
they don't
problems with
have.
batting. Jarata Sri and Samara Vikrama had to, and again it was the Bangladesh team which was learning. Bangladesh would have batted like they batted in the second ODI against Afghanistan. Bangladesh would have easily won
Yeah.
that game because Bangladesh have fantastic bowling right now. They've got Shakib, they've got Ibadat Shariful who can get the ball to move in when they come back to Sri Lanka. So they have a very good squad, and I think Bangladesh is a much more of a threat. rather than Sri Lanka at this point. But yeah, again, home nation advantages, support ये वो रहता
बट
है.
वही, और उन लोग बांग्लादेश को हरा चुके हैं. एंड स्पोर्टिंग इंडिया जो बोल रहे भाई, बहुत बड़ा नाम है मिस्टर Patirana, man. He is Malinga 2.0. He's we saw him in the IPL, but IPL में I wasn't he impressed me a lot, but धोनी है, ये है, तो मैं उतना नहीं दिया. मैं उसकी बॉलिंग में गौर से देखा against Bangladesh. Bro, this guy is top class bowler, man. And hopefully injuries, because he has that slingy action. I hope injuries stay away from him. He's an incredible Patirana. Watch out for him. He's outstanding.
Yeah, he has a brilliant yorker on him as well, and he has good death overs in him as well. So he's turning out to be a complete bowler for Sri Lanka.
Ah.
But yeah, I think Afghanistan, bichare, they came into this competition as underdogs. I mean, are very, very not able to get to the batting level that they should have by now. I think they've played cricket for quite some time. या तो टॉप ऑर्डर में से कोई निकल जा रहा, मिडिल ऑर्डर सस्टेन नहीं कर पा रहा, फिर बॉलिंग में भी राशिद खान जैसा राशिद खान is also facing a little bit issue. Recently he's been leaking a lot of runs. And that's where they depend most of the wickets to come from, or at least the overs to be economical. But Rashid Khan is the one who's giving out the runs, and that's where they're probably feeling the hit.
Yeah, Sri Lanka is batting first,
Sri
Sporty.
Lanka is batting well. Yeah, they won the toss and they decided to bat first. The way they bowled
Yeah,
in the
did we
last,
take this question?
yeah, we're just going to Afghanistan, so that we can cover that. But yeah, we can go
Okay.
back to that as well. But I don't see him bowling full 10 overs, and he's not consistent enough to with the bat. Is what Shardul Thakur ki baat kar rahe, Kripansh, right? He doesn't see him bowling, and then he's saying Shardul experiment reminds me of two things: mystery spinner experiment in T20 World Cup and Patel's abolishment against South Africa. Similar style bowler to Shardul.
Yeah, Harshal Patel, even Avesh Khan, they've both been abolished from the team. Last year they were in the mainstay, especially in T20s. So it could be, man, it could be. But again, he's there because of his performances in the past, wicket-taking ability and ability to bat as well. That's what they've picked him on. So let's see. Hopefully, he can do well.
तो फिर जब बाहर ही बिठाना है तो ऐसे को बिठाओ जो दो मठ में मठ मैच दो मैच खेला खेला हो, ये तो एक साल से कुछ खेल ही नहीं रहा.
इसके बारे में बोल रहे, राहुल के बारे में?
I think KL Rahul के बारे में, but एक साल से तो नहीं. Rahul played last in February, so he's been fresh. If you're talking about Shardul
It was
Thakur,
Iyer. It was Iyer who didn't play for a year.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Iyer didn't play
yeah,
because he
Iyer
didn't.
played last in December 2022.
Yeah, he didn't
Bangladesh.
play for a long time.
Yeah, so it's 6 months that.
No. Sorry, I'm mistaken. Australia में against खेला था March में. That was
Then
his
he
last
went
game.
by.
The
Yeah,
test match. Yeah, the test match. Yeah.
The way he bowled in the match, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka will give a tough fight. The way we bowled in last match, Bangladesh. Oh yeah. 100%. India's bowling hasn't been that great, but again they learn quick. They're quick to learn. Obviously, they're coming back. But Siraj is coming back after 1 month. Swami is coming back after one month. So it takes time to get back to ODI cricket. But I understand where you're coming from, Chirag Bhai. But again, you have to believe. I mean, if there's a little bit of movement, then Shami will be. Well, and then again, the fielding was the problem, too, not the bowling as much. Bowling got depressed because the fielding was dropping poppy catches, and that's also it's like catch ले तो 2 wicket pressure में आया तो you could have seen Nepal possibly out by 120. But the problem is we didn't take our catches, and we're not calling out on that. Rather, we're calling, yes, the bowling has been sloppy. आप short balls नहीं डाल सकते ego में आके, but again, I think it's I think Ibrahim Zadran is that. Yeah, Ibrahim. See, they are batting to Shahidi top four, but those batsmen also have a tendency to get out quickly. Like last time we saw Gurbaz get out against Pakistan, we saw Zadran get out, we saw Rahmat Shah get out. So I think शायरी तक बैटिंग अच्छी थी, बट उसके बाद जो है यार नबी ये लोग नहीं कर पा रहे. They're not able to hold the fort. So that's a big of a problem. Deepak Chahar is a better batsman than Shardul, but he's injury prone. Deepak Chahar is very injury prone, and also कभी-कभी बहुत ज़्यादा runs दे देता. So I think that's also one. And he's been out of the team for quite some time. Not just
Yeah,
like
he gets injured a lot.
yeah, and even in the YPL, he was saying he got injured and he came back with a fantastic comeback. No doubt, he came back, picked up a lot of wickets, but he's not been consistent. What about Sky's inclusion in the team? I was asking Chirag Bhai.
There's two sides to look at it. One, you say that he's not been consistent 50 overs at all. He's not performed. And maybe Samson should have given a chance because he is somebody who has scored runs in ODIs compared to Surya, who has not performed in one days. But the way I look at it, which is the other side, is that he can be your magic card, the guy who can just come and smash it, give you 80 of 30, 80 of 40 if he gets the opportunity. And if he gets on a roll, he can be the differentiating factor. It's a gamble pick, 100%, but I like those kind of picks, where He might get out for zero every 2 3 games, but there'll be one game he'll smash 100 or 50 balls and win you the match. So I think ऐसा एक player होना चाहिए squad में, वो मेरी thinking है. But the other side of it, if you flip it, then that's also
So I think with
right.
Sky's inclusion, also like Mustafa, but also like KL Rahul agar rahe in that top four, top five, you might see Sky also play because you need someone like Sky or a Nishan Kishan on aggressive mode or Hardik Pandya on aggressive mode because agar strike rate both kam ho
No,
jayegi
but
and
he's asking, do you agree with him? Not in the 11, in the squad. Do you agree with his
in
name
the
in the
squad,
squad?
yeah, I think I would agree with it to an extent. Like Mustafa said, I think same template. That guy brings a different temperament to the game. He's a good fielder. Yeah, I think that's also one aspect that you will look at, right? How good is he in the field? So if Sky is good at long on as well. He can take his catches. At the same time,
Hmm.
I think he's a fantastic batsman. If he gets going, bro, like
Yeah,
India में तो वो फोड़ सकता bro. Like India के pitches पे
yeah,
he knows it in and out. So that's also one way that
yeah.
we're forgetting that we're playing in India. And that's where I'm banking the most on Shubman Gill to perform in India. So like this guy has to perform in India for me because that's his forte. We've seen
No,
great players come and
the thing is, it depends first on the pitch in
pitch.
India. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter if he's playing in India because
yeah,
आप
it's
देखो उन्हें इंडिया में भी struggle करता है जब pitch turn होता है ये वो तो वही है. It depends on the pitch. With Shubman Gill, it's very pitch orientated in my opinion, more than the conditions. Chirag Bhai is saying like the zero magic performance in 26 games, but I'll also say Zach Crawley had zero magic performance in 60 games, and then he came up with that brilliant knock in my
whichever you look
chest.
at it, whichever way you look at it, there are weaknesses in this team that can be easily exposed. We'll play. We need all 11. Yeah, exactly. The entire tournament. Majority for me, man, to be very honest, is the top three. If the top three are not performing, which we've seen for quite some time now, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, these three, if they don't perform, then the middle order again goes into this mode of either counter attacking or defensive approach where they have to save the team's respect again, and either if you're chasing, they have to win them the match. If they're building an innings to make a score, then that is also a big problem because you will not get past 230, 220, 210. Again, because you can't always expect Jadeja to come and hit. You can't always expect like Hardik Pandya is also an it's touch and go. KL Rahul will slow things down. So again, this is the top three that's not being called out consistently, and that's where I'm
That's for
most
that's for almost any team because if you're top order,
in
someone
India
from the top
specifically. I'm
three is
saying
hitting
because
100.
we've been dependent since January to February. We've been dependent on Washington Sundar, Akshar Patel, Surya Kumar Yadav also won us a match in T20. So this is the area like we're not
which is well,
calling out stuff.
which I think is good. I'll tell you why I think it's good because that means everybody is getting that opportunity to play. Because what happened in 2019 was the top three was only batting, and then when the middle quarter got exposed, they got blown in the semifinal. So like I think it's good everybody's getting the opportunity. But yes, I think in any team you need top three. You need somebody to score a big. If someone from the top three scores 100, you're winning that game 80% of the time. So for any team, whether it's England, South Africa, Pakistan, India, you need the top three to perform.
Yeah, Vipan says I don't see Sky in the playing 11. I think he'll play matches against like who do we have? Bangladesh. I think he'll play. He'll play maybe a weaker opposition rather than a stronger opposition. I think where they probably want to rest KL Rahul or they want to rest Shreyas Iyer. So I think that is the game that I would see Sky coming in, and maybe once like your qualification to the next stage is set, then you could probably see him like playing and getting game time. Gill and Sky will see much higher level of bowling with quality and consistency. It won't be as easy as IPL if they go in thinking that it'll be easy
100%.
playing. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Mark Wood is going to come in with 150. You'll have lots of Australian new bowlers, Johnson Spencer, Achai left armer, Nathan Ellis is a fantastic bowler. They know these and the thing is, everybody in that's playing the World Cup, they know the Indian conditions firsthand by playing the IPL. Again, it's a different time of the but Australia is going in 1 month before like just a few weeks before the World Cup, and they'll be roaring to go. I think they have a point to prove that recently in the 50 overs they've not been the best, maybe, but like they'll probably go ahead and thinking that he can win. And I'm pretty sure they have September the ending में ये tour है, and it's a perfect time for them to spread their wings and understand the condition in India.
Yeah, and just to add to Kripancha's point, in the IPL, you have your first 2 3 bowlers who will come at you and stuff, but then there'll be one bowler you can attack. But in international cricket, all 5 6 bowlers are top notch. They're the best in the country, so it's going to be high quality stuff. It won't be thing. Then you don't have like yeah, there's no messing about. It's going to be pressure the whole time. You saw that with against Pakistan too. Like when Shaheen goes, you have Naseem. When Naseem goes, you have Haris, and it keeps going. So in international cricket, it's always a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, what about this zero magic performance? Yeah, I mean they got zero performances, 100% in ODI, and he's admitted it himself. Like Sky is no. He's also not going to be like a remain maar sakta kar sakta. He is very true to himself. I think that it takes a lot of guts. But again,
Yeah.
देखो भाई, अगर आपको Sky से problem है, then there is always KL Rahul, Shreyas Iyer. The same herd is going to keep coming back. And then who do you fit in place? Then you can't expect Sanju to come and have three wicket keepers. So it's going to be Surya Kumar Yadav at that point of time because there is no one else who can come in place of Sky at this point, maybe. Yeah, like you want to be emotional and get Sanju Samson or Tilak Verma excited about Tilak Verma, then okay. But then again, that'll be question. So I think Sky's inclusion is just to fill in the blank, maybe at that point of time.
Mm. Mm.
Why don't we have a part-time bowlers under time bowler under Dhoni's captaincy? Everybody was bowling.
That's because when Dhoni was captain, especially from 2011 to 12,
He took
he
the
didn't
shot.
have a player like Hardik Pandya. He had no a player like that. He was forced to his batters to bowl. He had to bowl Yuvraj. Up 2011 में देख लो आपके चार बोले थे हरभजन मुनाफ जहीर नेहरा फिर पांच छह बोले it was Yuvraj and Raina. He didn't have a choice. He had to bowl thing. Then he had to bowl Kedar Jadhav at times as well. So then he got used to it. Then he started developing players. Then जो भी batter आता था he would expect them. But in the beginning, the reason he used to do that because he didn't have a choice. He didn't have an all-rounder like that. That's what happened. You see in 2011 as well, that last over, the Joginder Sharma, he didn't have a choice because Harbhajan didn't want to bowl the last over. So there's certain things that you when you're forced into फिर अच्छा दिख के आता because yeah when you don't sometimes you don't have an option and you go to your last resort that works out and that's what happened with Dhoni.
Yeah, and then again he got Kedar Yadav as well, right? Like he tried to make play a lot of people. So I think yeah, Dhoni. अब धोनी कैसा हर कोई है
Yeah,
नहीं
again in the
and
Chennai team, he like when he didn't have that, when he didn't have a fifth bowler, sixth bowler, so he needed to bowl Kedar Jadhav. He had to like a thing, and then he started working. Kedar Jadhav started bowling well, so he gave him more opportunity. But yeah, like that's the thing. Now India has six bowlers. Of course, it's always good if your batters can bowl. अब नहीं कर सकते तो नहीं कर सकते. You just have to go on with it.
they sent Arshdeep. Yeah, Arshdeep has gone to China. I think it's good exposure for him. Asian game में काफी young बच्चे हैं. There's also a lot other like Ruturaj Gaikwad and stuff like that. So it's good exposure at least. They're getting to play cricket. I think that's Arshdeep का तो यही हो गया. But 10 over में he looks a little bit like he gets more panic. Yes, he's more comfortable in the T20. They call him a T20 star. But 10 overs में फिर wide का problem, no balls का problem have been consistent with them. He's not done the best when he was given an opportunity as well. In that Sri Lankan series. So yeah, I mean, देखो भाई, at some point of time, if you actually look at it, everybody's got their opportunity. And again, it's subject to fitnesses and subject to you being able to come out and play consistently yourself.
Mm.
The
Kripansh
same
made a very
thing
good
with
point.
so many questions around KS health and performance, but not Bumrah. Yes, that's 100% right. And again, it's because I think the the importance that Bumrah brings, everybody wants to overlook this fact that Bumrah is the fixated player in this 11, no doubt, because no one can take his spot. It's like as good as Virat Kohli getting injured, very honestly.
With Bumrah, yeah, because
It's
they need him. They need him
What were
more
you
than
saying
anything. And
in the T20 to T20 World Cup? I asked this question to Mustafa. And then he said to me, "Yes, he walks in for me. He'll walk in any time for me because this guy is the guy who will not get majority of the wickets. He'll clear the tail end of other teams, and that's why Bumrah is as important as Virat Kohli in this world."
yeah, Bumrah walks in, and like I understand where Kripanch is coming from, but look, it will be questioned if he pulls up with an injury because we still haven't seen him bowl. Pulls up with an injury, he will be questioned after. But right
The
now,
saddest
it's
thing
not been
that'll be
talked
the
about
saddest thing.
because the game me, you, and Kripanch watched. That's one of the reasons this is not questioned. England smashed the crap out of that bowling attack. There's no Bumrah there, so since then nobody is questioning his comeback. Everyone wants him to come back.
Exactly, and that's the thing. Like he'll walk in, he's the only. But again, if God forbid there's an injury to three of them, the ones who are returning from injury, then you question the shit out of NCA that what are you going to do? Because you got
Yeah.
Jasprit Bumrah, you got KL and Shardul Thakur on thin ice. Uh, and yeah, you might not know. You need by the end of September because that is the last deadline day for changing in the World Cup squad. एक हफ्ता पहले you have to bring in Sanju Samson, and you never know Tilak Verma. Guy, you never know with this Indian team.
Yeah.
And they've got a test Bumrah in obviously the Asia Cup as well as the Australia series as well. They'll get to assess him.
Yeah, like Kripanch is saying, they have to be cautious with his usage to the tournament, easy games and games you are winning. You have to limit him to 5 to 7 overs. But at the same time, it's a catch 22 because you need him to get into rhythm and bowl 10 overs too, right? If he's just bowling 5 7 overs and suddenly there's a game against Pakistan, you require him to bowl 10, then what happens, right? So it becomes like that. And like honestly, if it's an India Pakistan Asia Cup final, there's no way he's going to bowl 7 overs. He's going to bowl 10 overs. So it's a catch 22. Like I understand where he's coming from, but you have to be a bit. That's where you just have to make a decision as captain and say, "Bhai, okay, fine. These 6 7 overs." Or Bumrah himself has to say, "Ki, bhai, I can't bowl full 10 in this game. I'll bowl the next game."
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, देखो भाई KL Rahul is back into the squad. Win or lose, you have to support the guy, and I'll also be backing him because देखो, at the end of the day, he's in the squad. He's there. He's a part of the Indian team. Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul, everybody is there. I think so. It's time for you to check out and get to
Yeah, I'm just
Colombo.
gonna. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll just we'll wrap it up now.
Yeah, because the match
But
also started with Sri Lanka is batting against Afghanistan. It's Nisanka, Patam Nisanka and Dimut Karuna Ratne on strike. But yeah, I mean, देखो भाई, this was a
this is the
positive.
seat. This is the seat Rohit Sharma was sitting on. This seat.
जरा सुंगो नीचे क्या है कैसा?
This is Aditya Garkar's seat. This is Rohit Sharma's seat.
But one
He's
thing,
sitting
one
right here.
positive to look out as well. One positive thing to look at as well is that they're finally the selector and the captain are in sync. There is no
Yes, very positive. Positive.
problem that.
It's a yeah, it's a big positive because you look, there are certain questions which were asked, which we did get an answer, right? He was asked about a few things and they did give answers, um,
Yeah.
especially with the right arm off spinner, about K. Rao's fitness. Thoda sa, you need that communication between the journalist and the captain, 100%.
100%, and over there we've seen this problem only that इसको नहीं चाहिए था हमें उसको नहीं चाहिए था ये आप नहीं बोल सकते अगर अब हारे और बोले कि भाई हमें जो टीम होती you can't say that, you cannot say that because you know stopped everything for KL
And he
Rahul.
won't. He's going to take accountability. Look. At the end of the day, we also have to understand, it's a game. It's a sport, right? You're going to win. You're going to lose. Um, They're gonna give it the best. I can give you that much guarantee. But like Irfan said before, there are weaknesses, and they can be exposed, especially in big matches. And if that happens, it happens. But I think for the fans and everyone, you got to still support your team, whatever happens, and don't get too upset. Like it's okay. It's part of it's part of sport, part of life. And I'm seeing this after maybe 30 years, maybe 10 years ago, I wouldn't say this too, but it's a sport. Like, nobody wants to, like, lose on purpose or anything like that. Aisa kuch hai nahi. He wants to win, and he's going to have a lot of pressure. He knows that. He's not stupid.
Yeah, Krivan Singh, who would be your right arm off spinner? What are the options that you have as a right arm off spinner?
Ravichandran Ashwin,
Ravichandra Ashwin.
Washington Sundar. And yeah, I think that's about it. Those are your two options. I don't know if there's
In
many
this
more, but
15th, there's no one I think. Like unless
Ashwin, bro, his name was coming up here and there before, but I think last two T20 World Cups के बाद बोल दिया
I
भाई
think
जान दो.
maybe if
The
Rohit Sharma
only
wants to spread his hands, then maybe Rohit Sharma is the only option who can bowl right now.
I'll be very honest with you. I would have considered Washington Sundar very strongly. The only problem is he's injury prone, so he hasn't played games.
वो
He
भी
doesn't have
elbow
that
की injury
rhythm.
थी.
The reason is because he'll give you what Aksar will give with the bat, and then with the ball he gives you something different than Aksar. Aksar is very similar to Jadeja, and you see in recent times also Aksar is not bowling the full quota.
He's
And
just
Sundar is
been
a very
poor.
good batsman.
He's been a poor bowler
Huh?
right now. Akshar Patel's bowling has been very off.
Yeah, so I would consider him very thing. With Ashwin, I think he's got enough chances,
Yeah,
bro.
Ashwin
Like
would
he's
have
a
been
high
good because of
quality
his
bowler.
batting. Exactly, Ashwin would have been good because of his batting, but it would have been the most questioned call because he
Yeah.
always comes back in the time of need or in the time of caution situation. He makes it cut somehow. Uh, but yeah, again, it's
Mm.
अब जो है I think it's good for Akshar Patel also. He getting his opportunity based on his batting more than the bowling. And yeah, Shardul, I mean, there's enough batting in this team, there's enough bowling in this team. Now, whatever you have, when there's grass on the pitch, you play ball. You can't make any excuses now. It's all about everybody trying to get fitter. मुस्तफा भाई फैल भाई अश्विन नहीं चले हाँ वही वही वो बात करें कि शायद जो प्रोबेबल अगर होते राइट आर्म के हिसाब से स्पोर्टिंग इंडिया क्लब लाइक वी नो अश्विन सेलेक्ट नहीं हुआ बट हो जाता है उसका कभी मालूम नहीं होता ये बंदा कैसी तरह एंड में जैसे केएल राहुल आता आप जब भी आपकी टीम या नैया डूबती होती है, अश्विन भाई आके उसको टाइटैनिक में घुस जाते हैं। तो that's how Ashwin has been over here. But it's good to see भाई अक्षर पटेल आ चुका है, and yeah, Jadeja and Akshar can play together, similar kind of player. If one is having a bad day, the other will likely to follow. And I think spinners will be
Hmm.
Kuldeep. Yeah, 100% Kuldeep भाई तो 100% represent, and Jaddu most likely because again.
या वो आपके दो ही स्पिनर हो गया। आप लास्ट गेम में भी वही देखें, दो स्पिनर रहेंगे। देयर विल बी टाइम्स वेयर यू विल प्ले द थर्ड स्पिनर, सो अक्सर विल गेट अ चांस। दैट विल सोली डिपेंड ऑन द पिच, बट वही होता है, राइट? आई थिंक एट दैट टाइम यू माइट नीड समबडी like a off spinner might help you, because Akshar Jadeja dono will bowl, especially if there's a left hander at the crease, it becomes very predictable. I'm not saying that you can't bowl a left arm to a left arm right hand batsman, but you need, I think, थोड़ा सा variety would have been nice. इन्होंने वाशिक को भी कंसिडर नहीं किया। मैं वही, हम स्पोर्टी इंडिया वही बोल रहे थे कि वाशिंगटन सुंदर, मुझे जब कृपांश पूछा था, मेरे लिए वो आई थिंक मैं कंसिडर करता था उसको स्ट्रांगली।
मैं तो बहुत शौक में जाकर रोहित शर्मा का डालना शुरू कर दिया, तो मजा आ जाएगा हमको।
रोहित शर्मा भाई डाल सकता है, हैट्रिक है भाई
Yeah,
आईपीएल में,
I
क्यों नहीं
told you,
है?
yeah, that's what I was saying.
या
2017 वर्ल्ड कप में भी
उसको
डाला,
मगर
but
नहीं,
आपको उसका प्रेस
उन्हें
कॉन्फ्रेंस
बोला
याद है?
भी।
हाँ, वो बोला था
हाँ
कि
बोला।
कोहली और रोहित डालेगा क्या? तो मेरा चलो भाई का मूड नहीं है bowling
Yeah,
करने के लिए।
you can see just now the final people left were the first people present, last people leaving. This is
Yeah,
where
भाई।
everyone was sitting. This is where everyone was sitting.
Meeting Sanju in the elevator, consoling Sanju, meeting Rohit Sharma, telling him he'll batted well. This is all chasing the target.
रोहित शर्मा, I told him भाई आपके दो छक्के लाइक बहुत जबरदस्त थे। हाँ कल अच्छा चल रहा था बल्ला। मैंने कहा बेबी। ऐसा दिख रहा था
अच्छा
मैं कृपांश से बात कर
अच्छा
रहा
नहीं
हूँ।
चल
कृपा, नेक्स्ट टाइम बोलूंगा रोहित भाई, ये कृपांश उन लोगों को बोलो मेरे साथ चिल करो यार, चिल ही नहीं करते मैं जब कनाडा आता हूँ बोल के।
I
किसी
think
को ये हो जाता, वो हो जाता।
Japan, but I think if there weren't questions surrounding KL and Iyer's health, then they could have dropped Sky for the right-handed spinner. Yeah, I think that's a good call. That's actually a very good. Maybe Sky, yeah, that's actually a very good call to be fair. But Kripanch, वही बोल रहा है भाई, you have to get ready to hike and stuff, man. If you don't hike and stuff, and you have to do these things. He's an adventurous guy, and he's all about geography and so on. So you have to be up and ready to go anywhere he
अरे
needs.
I'm ready to hike everything bro. I'm right now like yeah, whatever you want I'll do,
Mustafa
but
भाई, Avishka is waiting
hmm.
outside with the tuk tuk kate.
अरे उन्हें मेरे को छोड़ा कल, आराम से छोड़ा। he was taking me somewhere else bro, like उन्हें
Taking
location,
to,
he was taking me to the same hotel to,
you told him baby, so he was taking you back to the
yeah,
same hotel.
but no he बेचारा छोड़ दिया मेरे को तो uh, yeah, that was good. I need to find a, no, I don't think I can go on a tuk-tuk. I need to get a car. I have suitcases with me, so I have to take a car to Colombo.
चलो,
And then yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna go from here to Colombo. Then वहाँ पे 2-3 दिन, फिर उसके बाद हैम्बन टोटा शायद जाना पड़ेगा, because अभी बारिश अभी कोलंबो में पड़ रही है। But the Indian team has gone there. They just left like an hour ago to Colombo. They're going to also stay in Colombo, and then we'll decide once it's confirmed. We'll decide when to go to Hambantota. Tota. The only issue there, it's the middle of the jungle, so we don't know what the scene is. But yeah, we've got to get you coverage. तो हम लोग को भी
yeah.
करना पड़ेगा कुछ इंतजाम।
Get ready to jump the elephant and it's a wild safari.
Yeah, man. कुछ ना,
Uh,
I was, but I'm really happy I'm going to Colombo because थोड़ा सा city life experience, अब देख लिया मैं नेचर 5 दिन में, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह देख लिया। अब थोड़ा सा सिटी लोगों को देखना है, थोड़ा सा कैफेज वैफेज जाना, कॉफी पीना
yeah,
है, जूस
baby,
पीना है,
Kripanch
लेमन
India.
मिंट ग्रेप्स, लेमन मिंट जूस और ऑरेंज जूस और ये सब 5-6 दिन से मिल रहा नहीं है। इधर तो जंगल है
भाई,
पूरा, तो माउंटेन है, सॉरी यहाँ
मैं
पे तो माउंटेन्स है। तो हम थोड़ा घूमेंगे कोलंबो, देखेंगे कोलंबो कैसा है, लाइक दो दिन। आज थोड़ा अगर मैं पहुंच गया 4 घंटे की ड्राइव, नहीं 4 घंटे नहीं, 3.5 घंटे की ड्राइव होगी, 7-8 बजे तक पहुंच के तो थोड़ा घूमेंगे, नाइट लाइफ देखेंगे थोड़ा कोलंबो की, फिर उसके बाद सो जाएंगे, फिर कल से काम।
Nitish Bail in the house. He says KL Rahul is
Yeah, baby Nitish bhai, what's up
bug,
buddy? We're live in the press conference. This is
bug
exactly where Rohit
backing
Sharma was
from
sitting on his bum was
management.
here. My
Smell
guy,
करो जी,
KL
smell
Rahul
करो। बड़ा
is
पाव
such
है
a
हमारे।
bug backing. Yes, he has
We
big
did speak
backing.
about this. Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah,
did speak about
he has
this
big backing.
at extension,
Enough
and
said.
again, yeah, he has big
विनय
backing,
की,
but again,
हाँ, विनय भी भाई यहाँ पे लाइक उसके एंसेस्ट्रल होम भी विजिट करना है मेरे को, और या हिज पीपल आर वेरी नाइस ब्रो, इट्स नाइस प्लेस, आई लाइक
his
इट।
people,
इंडिया
very
का
nice.
अगला मैच है सितंबर 10 को पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ। मैं सही बोल रहा हूँ राइट? पाकिस्तान के खिलाफ है 10,
अरे सर, आप जो बोले सही, यहाँ पे रोहित शर्मा की जगह
या
पे
10 को है। तो आज क्या दिन है? 5 तारीख है, हाँ
आज
आज
तारीख
5 तारीख है। तो 6-7 कोलंबो में रहेंगे, फिर 8 या 9 अम्बटोटा, 8 को शायद जाएंगे अम्बटोटा, 9 को प्रैक्टिस होगी, 10 को मैच होगा इफ इट्स मूव टू हैम्पटन। अगर बारिश कम हो गई कोलंबो में तो फिर कोलंबो में ही रहेंगे, देखेंगे क्या होगा, अभी तो कंफर्म नहीं है, बट द people are saying that we might have to go there because there's less rain in Hambantota.
Indeed. And I think we can probably wrap things up and then we'll come back for Sri Lanka Afghanistan review.
Yes, we will,
Uh,
sir.
we have 15 for no loss at this point. 3.1 overs have done. Karuna Rathare just mashed the boundaries. So would want to watch that as well. So a safe trip back to Colombo. Hopefully the rain stays away.
Thank you, sir.
आपका bum चिकट हो जाएगा in the car. But yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
have to do. Yeah, I'll see you on the other side very hopefully. Probably Colombo, probably Hambantota. Uh, जो भी टूटा जोड़ लो
Yeah.
लेकिन get on that other side.
Also, yeah, I mean, check on Twitter, Instagram, like our things. Faz has posted the announcement, so you can share that as well on your socials. We would be very grateful. We have Ajit Agarkar announcing the team, that
Live,
clip, and
yeah.
then there's some short clips. Yeah, there's some short clips that I'll also upload from Rohit Sharma and stuff on Instagram once I get to Colombo. But thank you, Kripansh, for joining us. It was like 5 a.m. in Canada, so for him, thank you to India Club, who's our new fan, Nitesh bhai. Or apne Chirag bhai, of course, he's our main guy, bro. We missed him a lot when he was not with us. But chasing the target is back and running with Chirag bhai in the house at
Protein
Dubliya.
smash करना है जाके protein smash तो करना है and Ibrahim Bhai the main man don't forget Ibrahim Bhai as well he says South
Ibrahim bhai is
Africa
here. Is he here?
yeah he
Ah,
just
he's here.
arrived in
South
Texas
African.
and South Africa announced their World Cup squad they've dropped Parnell and gone with Magala wow that's a big call but we will discuss I
Hmm.
think that as well once we actually see the squad we must when we were doing this while the squad was announced but yeah Magala
Yeah.
again I don't know I guess it's because he could bat a bit more maybe but he's not the greatest but partner has
Hmm.
been done pretty well. But yeah, I mean, again, so I'll see you very soon. Check out कर
See
लो
you,
भाई
sir.
3 सवा 3 हो गया नहीं तो हका देंगे
चेकआउट हो गया सर, मेरे बैग्स नीचे खाली गाड़ी मंगाना है, चेकआउट हो गया, सब
चलो
हो
तो
गया.
आप मंगा लो अपनी गाड़ी मैं अभी जाता हूँ अभी so
Okay,
that
sir.
I can go watch the match. It was again
Okay.
20 for no loss and we will catch you guys very quickly. Chasing the target
Thank
like
you, sir.
subscribe share करिए बाकी के जो भी शॉर्ट्स रील्स जो भी है सब देखिए and enjoy करिए लुत्फ उठाइए and see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for joining. Have a nice day. Bye.